I'm married to a Scorpio. I'm a Leo, but I'm sick of being tested. I'm open. I'm not a cheater. But he's like an emotional headache. I sneeze wrong and I'm punished. He can't talk about his feelings. Fine. But don't slam doors and ignore me. I'm your wife. I'm an open book. Don't ask if you don't want to know. It's emotionally draining. I'm tired of guessing why you haven't talked to me in weeks. It's to the point where he can take his stinger and shove it up his... Now I know why I'm his third wife. Woo! Well, guys, I will say this. You knew all this before you married him, didn't you? I think we go through something called the dating process. I would have to say in my entire astrology practice professionally that I've had more complaints by Leo women, which is incredible. Now, you guys know that this is actually a power couple that I like. I really do. I don't mind Leo. I really don't. I don't mind the wanting attention. They're ruled by the sun. Honey, go get your attention. Go get your attention. But I believe there's always an issue when either of the two haven't stepped into their own powers. When you don't know where your powers lie, you're all over the place. And so what is happening here is you have someone, and I know because Leos have tried to strong arm me. I mean, really strong arm me. I've done many of your readings. I've answered your questions. You've had live stream sessions with me. And Leos are predominantly the women are the ones who try to come out swinging and control me, which is never going to happen, honey. I mean, you've got to be a delusional one to think that you're going to move a fixed water sign, a double Scorpio at that. Never going to happen. And so I always say, trying to control and strong arm, which fire signs, that's all they know how to do because they ignite their fire, right? Trying to have that attitude with a Scorpio is totally pointless because we're water. And if you've ever been in a really heavy ocean, and water is very calming. Water is rejuvenating. Water is healing. And water will F you up. I've been in beaches, when the water was really calm, and then all of a sudden, boom, I've been taken underwater and been really, really hurt, And so I know the temperament that we have. But when you're dealing with fire that only knows how to ignite, they're not really sensitive to their environment. They don't know where to move. They just come out swinging, And waters, we can just go through you and around you, right? We can feel your temperament, so we can just go around it. But to be dealing with a sign that's not sensitive and their only way is to push, it's like driving 90 miles an hour in front of a brick wall, trying to deal with a Scorpio in that manner. And so you have a woman who dated a Scorpio man before they got married, honey. And she knew his temperament then. And after being married for a while, people get very comfortable. And I know this by hanging out with Leo women for years. They get very comfortable and very pushy. And I've had this experience many, many times with Leos. And I just shut it down because I know that Leo being the sign who needs the most shine, who needs that attention, they're most extroverted, so they need you talking to them. I just go the opposite way and shut up. And you'll be waiting for weeks to hear something from me and you won't, okay? And so if you choose this type of person as your husband, you have not grown to understand our temperament. Because we understand yours easily. He understands hers enough that he could shut up for 2 weeks. And she's under my video and probably under every other Scorpio video on YouTube looking for answers for a man that she should have gotten to know before she married him. Okay? And maybe figured maybe they just weren't compatible. Maybe she's the wrong type of Leo for him. Now she's looking for answers elsewhere. And if you're watching, if I've spoken to you ever and told you this, you probably got arrogant with me. There was a Leo, and I usually archive these kind of conversations on my channel, the disrespectful ones where Leos come out swinging and they think they know Scorpios better than me. They're like, oh no, you don't know what you're talking about. And then next month, the Scorpio done left them, ghosted them and everything, and they're embarrassed. I'm like, of course you're embarrassed. I know our temperament, and I know your temperament too. And I know that you're going to start running your damn mouth, and the Scorpio's just going to fucking leave and ghost like he did. Shut down for 2 whole weeks in the same house, saying nothing. And I bet he's comfortable, but she's not, because she's extroverted and she needs that attention. They feed off of it. They feed off of the energy of other people, where Scorpio doesn't. We're nocturnal and we're loners. You know, look at the animal. We don't travel in packs, but lions do. They need that kinship. And so learning how to deal with other people, being sensitive to your environment. And you know what? They're just not that sensitive of a person. I don't expect fire signs to be sensitive. I don't expect air signs to be sensitive. I don't expect earth signs to be sensitive. It's just not their nature. You know, if you were at my talk on Friday night at Earth Angel Crystal, I talked about using your particular chart to your advantage. Some of you are just not compatible with Scorpios, but you have this big ego that you can like, oh, I married a Scorpio. Yeah, and you're fighting behind the scenes. A lot of people, you know, like to get into my comments and they want to tell me that they're married to a Scorpio and this and that, but they don't want to share the fact that the Scorpio hasn't talked to them in 4 or 5 years. You know, it's like, yeah, you got married, but they still don't like you. Like, you're still not connected. You still don't have that real deep connection. They're still not open up to you. She's like, oh, I'm sick of his tests. Are you kidding me? We never stop testing. And there was even a question, which I thought was amazing, was like, when does Scorpio ever release control, honey? Never. There's never a moment. There's never a moment. And don't be from the outside looking, thinking you're looking into somebody else's relationship like, oh, well, he seems to, no. You don't know what that person's agreement is with them. You don't know if they're giving fake power. You don't know what's going on. Okay, but I will tell you as a strong Scorpio. Okay, as a strong Scorpio, a double Scorpio, stellium Scorpio conjunct, and my most activated planets are Pluto, Mars, and Uranus. All the dangerous planets right there. And Saturn. Chart. Oof, I got them all. Pluto, Mars, Saturn, Uranus. Right there, you got an explosion, you got death, you got murder, you got everything. That's what literally rules my whole chart. All of them. All the planets. And my most aspected planets, Mars, Pluto, Uranus, Saturn. Boom. Okay, guys? I know as a strong Scorpio that you'll never have control, ever. You'll always be tested, especially the people who are closest. And I keep, like, my tongue is going to fall out because I've been explaining this for years and years. Because you're closer, you have access to information other people don't have access to. The first person I'm going to look at is you. The first person. Something go down, I'm like, you. I'm vetting you first because you're in my house and you're in my business. So you're the first one I'm looking at. Like, you're going to get hit first before I go outside. So that's just, I mean, it's not the opposite where it's like, oh no, he's my husband. He wouldn't do that. Oh no, I'm coming for your ass first because you got access to some information that the other people don't have. Period, the end. Okay, now, whatever your excuses and why it's all the whiny stuff, you guys know I'm not even listening to that. But I will say this, if that's not right for you, there's 11 other zodiac signs. What are you trying to prove by being in some relationship with a Scorpio where they secretly don't even like you? Maybe it's beneficial for a while and maybe they're on their way out. Some Scorpios take a long time to kind of cut them wings off. But when it's finished, it's finished. And when it's emotionally finished, that's really when it's finished. You can still live up in the house, but you see he ain't talking to her in 2 weeks. You see he ain't talking to her ass. He don't want no type of energy shared. Nothing, not a word, not a syllable, nothing. And as a Leo, I bet she running her damn mouth. Ooh. I bet she's sitting there yelling, why ain't you talking to me? Kicking in doors like fire signs do, because they have to ignite. That energy's got to come out somewhere. They don't have that control that we have. That Scorpios have that control to sit right up in the next room and don't say a damn thing to you. Nothing whatsoever. Even laying in the bed, we don't have to say nothing. We have that control. Now, what she's going to learn, now I don't know what happened when all this, the problems came about, but look at this. She's like, now I know I'm his third wife. No, you knew that before you met him. When you met him, he's like, oh, I had 2 marriages. Like none of this is a surprise. And to sound so arrogant like you're above, no, that's what you chose, honey. That's what you chose. And I hope there's a lesson in this video and you guys could come in and talk, give labels all day. That's childish, blah, blah. Listen, the situation is what it is. What are you going to do about it now? What are you going to do about it? I suggest that you guys really know who you are and become more aware of who you're around. I've been around people and I thought to myself, oh, we're really not compatible at all. And I can see that right away. It doesn't take me getting married to somebody who's been married 3 times. Like the whole dating process, that it just shows me that you're not aware at all, okay? Anyway, guys, if this video was helpful in any way, please pay it forward and share with someone you think may need it. Like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos and live streams. On my website, you can get a copy of all of my books, Dating Scorpio, Rise from the Ashes, Nobody Can Hurt Me, and I'm Not Crazy. All of them are in paperback with the exception of Nobody Can Hurt Me, but they're all an audiobook. And you can book a session with me if you want to do a one-on-one. I also have a transformation course, which will be personalized to you. So if you've read my book, Rise from the Ashes, Scorpio's Guide to Self-Esteem and Rebirth, I take you on a 45-day transformation. My transformation course will be personalized to you, so I'll do your whole chart. I'll break down what your challenges are and how we're going to overcome the main challenge that you have. You're going to get 2 of my audiobooks. You're going to get 3 personalized videos to take you step by step. So it's going to be amazing. I think that's it, guys. All right. I'll see you soon. Mwah.